Hello everybody, this is Secret and Clunk, and today, don't really got a game for you, but instead I got a tutorial for you. So, this is going to be on how to properly set up a Metroid Prime 1 randomizer with, I forget the name of the creator, but I will find that out. So first, you're going to want to get these two files right here, the Prime Randomizer script and the seed generator for Windows, or OS or Linux, whichever one you use. I'll provide links in the description below. So you're also going to need a clean version 1.0 ROM of Metroid Prime 1 for GameCube. I believe this also works with Trilogy, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So first thing you want to do, extract your files. Here you've got your randomizer script itself, which is a batch file. So what you're gonna want to do next is extract your seed generator. So here you got your seed generator. Now what you're gonna want to do is take this seed generator and put it in your randomizer script folder. Alright, now before you run either one of these, we're going to want to take your clean ROM, your clean Metroid Prime 1 ROM, which I cannot put a link below because I just can't. So the way you should be getting your ROM is just to extract it from your own game, which I don't have a tutorial for, but I'm sure you can find one. You can do this pretty easily with a homebrew Wii. So I'm just going to use one I already have, and you're going to want to put it right here inside your randomizer script folder. And then you're also going to want to rename it to mp1.iso. Alright, there we go. So now that we have our ROM in here, remember, you're going to want to name it to mp1.iso. Next, what you're going to want to do is run the prime randomizer batch file. Just allow it. And I'll give you this nice little menu here. So first you want to hit 1 or type in 1. This will bring you to the Metroid Prime 1 randomizer. This can also do Metroid Prime 2 just that as well, so if you want to do that. So for your first time running this, the first thing you're going to want to do is type in option 3. This will dump your Metroid Prime ISO and basically unpackage everything and put it in a nice neat folder. You only need to do this once. Once you do this for the first time, you never need to do it again unless you make a new folder and you lose everything. So you do this, type 1 for yes. Alright, so now that that's done, I guess I should also mention the randomizer itself comes with all the tools you'll need, such as GameCube Rebuilder and everything you'll need to do it. You won't need to open any of these programs. The randomizer does it all itself. So now what this is asking you is if you want to have like a custom banner on your Metroid Prime file. So instead of seeing the normal banner on something like Dolphin, instead you will get a oh, there we go. You'll get your own custom banner right here that says Metroid Prime Randomizer, and it'll also show up on homebrew systems and as that. But you don't have to do that. I like to have that custom banner, so I'm going to type 1. So now that that is done, what you're going to do is actually close the randomizer. Type in option 10. And now you'll see you have the Prime 1 folder right here. So next, what you're going to want to do is run the seed generator. This will pop up here, and so now this will give you a bunch of stuff you can use. Right now we only care about these right here. So these are your difficulties. So once you're on this, you're gonna want to type in either 1, 2, 3, or 4. So depending, these difficulties is the difficulty of the randomizer itself, not the difficulty of the game when you go and play the game. So easy mode will be a mode where you will need to know some tricks, such as I think ghetto jumping and some scan dashing, but they're not really required. So, but it's good to know them. So like, it's good to know how to get early high jump. That way you can use early high jump to get to some locations such as early missiles and whatnot. So, yeah, you'll see these in my, and you'll either have seen them in my playthrough of Metroid Prime 1 on my channel, or you'll see them in the stream I'm going to do shortly, which will be the Metroid Prime 1 Randomizer stream, which is actually what I'm going to make this seed for. So, if you want my personal recommendation, do generate an easy seed, so type 1. Normal seed will require you to know more advanced sequence breaks, such as early ice beam, which requires an out of bounds trick. So it will require you to do out of bounds. Veteran and hyper mode, I don't remember what they do. So for now, we're just going to generate an easy difficulty seed. So I'm going to type in 1. Now, what you're going to do next is enter in exception numbers. Now, you may be wondering, what are exception numbers? Where do we find them? So when you extract, when you open up the randomizer script folder, it'll come with a Prime 1 randomizer readme. So it'll be all about whatever, but what we're looking for right here is the pickup list. So this has all the IDs of the items that the randomizer looks at. So say if you want Morph Ball to not be randomized, we'll type in 5. This will mean that when the randomizer runs, it'll look for a seed that has Morph Ball in the same location that you would normally get it in. And if you wanted to exclude another item, which I'm going to exclude Morph Ball Bombs. Where's that? Which was number... It's somewhere around here. It does take a little bit of looking, but there's always Control F. There it is. Number 28. Oh, and next I'm also going to exclude for my run, because it's a very important item, I'm going to include Space Jump Boots, number 59. So in between each exception, just one space. Then the number, space, number. No problem. Next, you'll hit enter. It'll generate a seed. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it goes through instantly. And then next, it's going to ask you if you want to run the randomizer script. You want to hit yes. Next, it's going to ask you if you want to remove HUD pop-ups. Excuse me. It'll ask you if you want to remove HUD pop-ups. This basically makes it so when you pick up an item, instead of getting like the pop-up that says, hey, you got this item fanfare, stops all gameplay until you hit A until the window closes. This instead will have a nice little text blurb that appears below your energy bar. It'll say, hey, this item, and then, but it doesn't stop you at all, you just keep going. So I usually disable this, and for my run, I will not disable this because I will be doing something special with my randomizer. Oh, no. So next is going to bring you to this screen, which we've already seen before. So on this, we've got a few more options besides the one we did before. So now we have option 4, which will allow you to skip the intro. So if you don't want to bother going, it's like skipping the wreck ship on Super Metroid for the randomizer. So you can either go on the frigate, or you don't have to. You can just start directly on Talon 4. Next is option number 5, which will stop you from, which you can turn on or off, which, to allow you to keep all the items that you normally lose in the intro, like not space jump, maybe space jump, I don't remember. Varia suit, grapple beam, and charge beam, morph ball, missiles, all the stuff you had. I usually leave these don't skip. Actually, no, they're on skip right now, so I'm going to turn them to don't skip. So I'm going to play the frigate. And number 5, I'm going to not going to skip losing the items. Next is the refill randomizer. This will basically make it so whenever you pick up an item pickup like missiles or energy, it will randomly choose an item to give you or remove. So you can kill an enemy, pick up a refill, and suddenly you have the Phazon suit. You pick up another refill, oh, suddenly you lost the Phazon suit. Oh, you picked up an item refill, and now you lost Power Beam. Something like that. So I wouldn't exactly recommend it, but if you want like an interesting run, there you go. Next is number 7, customize the randomizer. This the seed seed generator does all of 7 for us, so you don't need to touch 7. And then 8. This is where we will actually randomize the game itself. So this will use the seed that we got from the generator and put in the exceptions. Frigates don't skip and item loss don't skip, and now it's gonna randomize everything. Okay, now it's done. Now it's done, all you need to do, hit enter. This will bring you back to the menu. Next, what you're gonna want to do is type in option number 9. This will basically this will go and repackage your ROM. So this is gonna pop up, GC Rebuilder. So what you're gonna want to do with this is click on root, save, and then wherever you want to save your ROM. For me, it's gonna be in my homebrew folder because for my Wii. And you're gonna save it as whatever you really want to name it. I just have mine saved as game.iso because that's the only way the later reads it. You save it. Then so that'll basically tell it to save, and then you will click rebuild. What? Oh, I have Dolphin open, that's why. You will click rebuild. This will rebuild your ROM, and when it's done, you'll get this success window saying it's done. Click OK. Close GC Rebuilder, and this will bring you back to the menu. And congratulations! You've done it! You have a randomized file. So now you'll type in 10 to exit, close the seed generator, and all you need to do now is just run your ROM, either in Dolphin or on your homebrew. And that is all. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the stream